The first thing first that I need to bring to your attention is that when God created the world, okay, the last thing that God created was man. All right? And the first thing that God did was to give man work. Are you following? God gave man what? Work. What is the work of man? The garden. Are you hearing that? So those that are not employed, those that have no work, you help. May I see those that have no work? Those that have no work, can you raise your hands? I wish to employ you today, in case you have no work, so that I remind you that there is work waiting for you.
Abasha kwata imulimo abasha ingire nchito mkwai tubaimya kwa maboko tubengishe nchito lero.
Oh, okay.
Bata vereji.
Okay.
Tubanjire nchito sunu.
So God has a system.
Nesa alikuwa tenshira.
And if God's system is followed correctly,
ngachakwa bati twakonka buno bwino enshira ya kwaresa,
then no one was going to be complaining here.
Tapali upano ala ilishanya.
Are we following that one? Okay, here is a deal. The other time, last camp,
in 2023 camp twakwete,
we had the sharing, and we are talking about the soil. Those of you that remember well, what did we say about the soil? Those that are able to remember. Okay, so the formula was going like this. We need to have healthy soil. Next is what? Healthy food. Then healthy food will produce healthy people, healthy nation. So gardening is about giving you health. But the first thing first, why God gave a garden was to give man food, so to get sustained, so to get do God's business. Are we following that one? The next thing is the garden should give you health. Those of you that are practicing healthy, that have done healthy studies or so, you cannot be a health practitioner without understanding the soil. If you want to be a good doctor, get down to understand the soil. And the reason is simple. Because man comes from the soil. When you understand the soil, then you understand man. And when you understand the soil, you understand food. And when you understand the soil, you understand the right medication to give man. Now, the soil does not only give us food. It also gives us, it does not only give us food, it also gives us health. Apart from just giving us health, it also gives us money. And I'm sure we need money. Isn't it? Hello? We need money. So if you want money, the soil. Just make use of the soil.
bonfyeni umushiri
Then you'll have money.
mwala akwata endalama
Because this is the employment of man.
kantu iyi emulimo olesa apeera
Are we
omuntu
following that one?
bukyetulekonka
The employment that God has given you is not to work for those Chinese.
tekubombera amachinese
The employment that God has given you is not to work for those ones.
tekubombera balya awe
But that God has deployed you to make use of the
eza
soil.
wakatupa kuti kalutaberege eri bantu atuberege
Then
kubereka
the
bulongo
soil will produce food.
kwona bulongo obula guhya kulya
The soil will produce healthy.
bulongo obula guhya buumi buli
The
gabotu
soil will produce money.
bulongo
Money.
obula guhya imali
Then God's people support God's business.
kobuti bantu baleza balasololera
And
mulimo
God's
waleza
work will move forward.
pona mulimo waleza olawunka bumbere
I'll tell you how this is done.
ino ndamwambira ono mbonga twagita
Okay. Now, for this to be accomplished,
pakuti tukimfye iki
so that we may have food,
pakuba tukwata efyakulya
so that we may have healthy,
pakuba tukwata obuumi
so
obusuma
that we may have money,
pakuba tukwata endalama
then we must go down in to understand the soil.
tufule twaya n'okwishiva umushiri okuwusambirira omushiri
Those of you that might have studied agriculture,
bali abasambirira ebisambiriro fya bulimi
you understand that this soil has layers.
mwala asambirira okweba ati uyu mushiri walikwata ifipimfya
If you may wish, you may say soil composition.
nga mwatema uti mwalanda okweba ati okusankana kwalo kweroba
And that each soil has its own function.
kabiri wiroba lyonsere mu afikapo lyalikwata omulimo
There's a
waliko
soil that is not that has no nutrients or is not fertile,
kwaliba n'omushiri fye wabula omufundo
and the soil that can manage the crop.
kabiri kwaliba n'omushiri wingalenga ikyakulya okukula
So you understand those soils.
so mwere guhiba yonse
But
ehyo
most importantly,
ono gyandigana maningi
we need to understand the two soils, because these are the soils that matters a
twere
lot.
gwiya mataipa abulongo bobiro
Do we know them?
hena tulahi
Do we?
twalishiwa ifipandwa fya mishiri fibiri ifi
Hello. Do we know them?
shetwalishiwa
I can't hear you.
tatuleumfa mukwayi
We know them. Only one person has responded. Do
bantu
we know them?
tetwalishiwa imisango ya nani ibiri ya mataipi yeroba ibiri.
By the way, have you ever realized that everyone must understand the ABC of agriculture?
bushe mwalishiwa ko bati bonse pano tufure twasambirira ifya bulimi
And that these are the first lessons that you have to learn.
mufure mwasambirira efisambiriro fya ntanshi
And that this is a non-negotiable issue.
apo pena takuli ukwe bati awe nalachitana nkushachita ni must fye mufure mwayishiba
Because that's the very first career given man
bantu uyuwe mulimo olesa apera omuntu wakubalirapo
is to understand how to grow your own food.
twere kuyibanga tunonga twahanga butiki hango jesu tobe ni chakulya jesu
This morning I was meditating, brother.
buseni bali kwindulukamo bali kuyeya
And I was seeing how people were preparing their foods there.
bali kubona abantu bo bali kubamba ihakulya habo kuya
Then I understood that everyone needs to eat.
ono twabona kuti anu bonse berere kulya
Do we have people that have not eaten here?
nena kuli bantu batali ano kuli bantu abashirire mukwaye
Do we have?
natukwata abashirire abali n'ensala
Oh, you've not eaten?
otabalire ba brother
Oh, sorry. But you eat.
bati balalya
You are interested to eat. Oh, sorry. Very unfortunate. You must be belonging to another world altogether where they don't eat.
bafiire bakukyalo kimbyeko tabalya mukwaye.
Okay. So the point is, we need to understand to know how to grow our own food.
ikikankala ekyo baleesha okulanda kyako bati ffe twayishiba okusambirira efyakubyala efyakulya fyesu
So
ffe
then,
beene
we need to understand the two soils.
so tuffe twayishiba imishiri ibiri
The top soil
omushiri uli owapamulu
and the subsoil.
n'omushiri uli owapanshi
Are we following that one?
kukyatulekonka
Because I want to tell you that, friends, it was not God's ideal plan
temulimo ndefu okumyeba bakibuso bati tetontonkanyo lyakwaleesa
that you should be using those fertilizers.
okuba onfya byomufundo tushita mu mashopu
It is the work of Pharaoh.
mulimo wakwa
Pharaoh.
mulimo wakwa Farao.
Because the Pharaoh has his own way of doing it.
Bantu nawo Farao alikuwa tenshira yakwe ya
Because the Pharaoh is interested to employ you.
Bantu ena Farao alefu aisha imwo kumingi.
To follow his system.
Ukukonka mufula wakwe ukonke kwa lea.
And the system of God has been manipulated by Pharaoh.
Elo umutande wakwa alesa nava upilibula kuli Farao.
Because instead of making you understand on how to work the soil,
no icha kutifwe tuishive batusambilishe.
Pharaoh said, no, don't punish yourself. Just use apply fertilizer.
Farao enalanda vati awe mwila ichusho kulabika fima nyuwa nakubike nife fertilizer.
And so reluctantly you go that way.
Ela na ifo kuirekeresha tulakonkeyo inenshira.
I want to tell you friends that any type of soil you can do gardening everywhere.
Ndanda kumwambira kuti humba bulongo mbo mujisi kunganda yenu nga mwapanga garden.
Be it in the hills.
Nangu ni mumpiri.
Be it wherever.
Kokuli konse fyeko muli.
And so I wonder why people would migrate from one area to the other.
Bana bala papa bafuma abantu bambi bafuma ngani kumonze baya kumbi mukufayo.
Say no, the soil that side the fertility is depleted. No, we have to go to another area where the soil is better.
Swebo kubulongo bwakanyonyoga kutoanoto yanda kuzwa tunke kuli bulongo bujisi fertilizer.
It is not like that.
Sabushi mboji betobo pe.
You have to know the art of making the soil.
Kuyiva no bulongo nga mwabupa.
Change the soil texture so that the soil should produce. Can you see that? Without using any chemical. You don't need to use a chemical, friend. No. Are we there? May I quickly get to make you understand some principle of gardening, especially working the soil. You've got to understand the principle of making the trench beds. Okay? So when we're talking of the trench beds, if you don't mind, you can say 1 meter by 50 or 1 meter by 20. Oh, okay. Is that a hand? Okay. Why don't we move, then we allow you to ask. Is it so urgent?
It's a comment on what you're about to move.
Come again?
It's a comment from what you've placed, you're about to move from it.
Okay.
Thank you. I want to talk about the healthy part of the soil. The presenters presented very well. You cannot have healthy people when the soil is problematic.
Ati bakafundisha n'abafunda bwino sana barefu okulanda pa bukankala bwa irobanga lirino omufundo. Bantu keti mukwata abantu abalino n'obumi obusuma eloba tali kweta obumi obusuma.
He has spoken generally. I thought you would narrow it down on the problems of the synthetic fertilizers and chemicals that are being added to the soil.
Batyesha okweba ati balande kona pabu afyo bwaba kuli aya ma fertilizer tushita mu mashopu mukwayi.
So the problem is that the just like the body is supposed to rejuvenate itself minus the aid of chemicals.
Firafine fyo omubiri ufire wayunda po wine okwabula okunwa ili emiti ya kuchipatala.
I'm sure we understand and appreciate the fact of the trees that God has created in the healing process of a human being.
Tushwe twaishibo kweba ati ndesa alipange fimu tifyo fibomba mukunda pa umuntu.
So the problem is those chemicals that are added do not only end in the soil, they end up destroying the soil. And since they destroy the soil, the crops carry those chemicals with them, and they also land into the human being.
Ali ma fertilizer ngo tubika bumiunda tanyonyoni bo bulongo. Alanyonyona bulongo, alanyonyona jihango, pona alanyonyona muntu uli ajihango jajizwa ku ma fertilizer.
For instance, I'll just give one example due to time. I'm not here to consume some, but the presenter's time.
Tabari kuti bamatine njindi abapepe.
The very urea that we produce when we're in the lack of a better term, the toilet.
Ukuna twaunka kuyakotu unka kunganda mpati.
The very urine has got urea.
Ho yami hunjo tusuba ili jisi urea, fertilizer ya urea.
Thank you. I love it the way you put it. Just say what you said.
Yami hunjo tusuba ili jisi ya fertilizer itwa ati urea.
The very one we go and buy at expensive prices.
Njona ya fertilizer njo tuyawugula mutengo ulatala.
And the very stew we produce.
Mbona atwambe wa mazingo
No, the fecal matter, the fecal matter.
Yes, buli obusali mukwaebo tuposa kuchimbuso.
That is very powerful decompound.
Mwalasa ngoko bati buli obusali tuposa ku toilet ni decompound isuma sana.
So in a natural sense what I'm trying to talk about is this.
So echo balesha afyo kulanda ponichi.
When you read health reform books, but I love this one written by Brother Wotef, Entering Wage.
Ngatwaberenge buku ya mabuku ya bumi ayalembwa na baotefu Entering Wage.
Man has got a number of elements that form up a human being.
And where do you
find those elements? In the soil. So basically the nitrogen is the same when it's food, it's in the body and it's in the air.
So the nitrogen
the phosphorus is the same in the soil, in the food, and when it is back. So there is a cycle, a closed cycle of nutrients. Therefore, we need to understand the art of preserving the soil so that they can be used for future generation. And let me speak faster to conclude. So the problem of using these synthetic fertilizers, they will not only destroy you, they will not only destroy the environment, but they will destroy the beauty for the future generations.
Echo balesho okulanda po brother chakwebati lesa alipanga ifintu munshira ya ibela emukutira nga twali efyakulya twala kunganda nkalamba fira twala afunya mubiri futi fyala bwerera mukuwamya omushiri nomba ifetrizer tubonfya ubwafya bwabapo tayaona ulefya omushiri na ifwe abala yala onaula nabana beso balesa kuntashi mukesa sanga munchende shimo mwinga mwalipitireko 10 years ago mwiye kolero mwalasanga chiswebebe fyalile ko kukula wai tulebo fyama chemicals meaning omushiri nawo na ikefe ba brother bachira ishokulanda po.
Are we together?
Pena tulanto omwe.
You know this living machinery,
uyu mubiri uyu iyi machine,
it's so interesting to understand it.
This is why
Sister Washi keeps on saying we have to understand this body. Let's understand the anatomy and the physiology of this body. Then when we understand it, we'll not take bothered. Will not take troubled when a child is sick. We'll simply give the right medication. Because we understand its composition. Okay, so quickly. We are making a trench bed. 1 meter
1 meter
by 5 meters.
1 meter 5 meters.
Let's go deep. We'll make, if you want, you can go 30 to 60. Usually trench beds, they should go up to 30 to 60 centimeters down.
Remember
I told you that we need to understand the two soils. Because the topsoil, it goes deep 10 to 30 centimeters. Are we seeing that? And yet the other one, the sap, it can go even up to 100. From 30 to 100 there. Okay. And the other principle is, these soils also have colors. What color is topsoil? It is dark. Okay? Are we together? The subsoil? What color? Brown or light? Isn't it? Are we together? And then you discover that the crops thrive very well in a what? In the topsoil environment. Are we saying that? There is aeration there. Okay, but the subsoil, you find that it is holding together. It can't allow water to flow easily.
lyabakwatira ku kyulu lyalikatana teti wamenshi yengire bwino.
Are we seeing? So now, when you are digging there,
ono namulahalya
let's remove the soil.
atukuhe bulongo.
So it means that this soil, we are not going to mix it.
koguti obu bulongo tatutibusanganye.
Let's put the topsoil aside.
bulongo bwatala 30 centimeters ya atuyibike ku side.
So we've made sure that the dark soil, it has come to its end now. We put it aside.
koguti bwa bulongo bushiyashiya bwatwabugwe hatwabubika ku side.
And then we dig. Okay, we are going to dig 30 centimeters, by the way.
alimwitulaha 30 centimeters.